In the land of Uz, there lived a man named Job, a man of great wealth, deep humility, and unwavering faith. His filled with blessing, but soon his feet would be due to imagination. Job. He was respected by all people, blessed with great wealth, and known for his deep faith in God.
Every morning before sunrise, Job prayed faithfully to God. He honored the Lord in everything he did and avoided all evil.
Job's home was filled with joy. His sons and daughters gathered often to celebrate together with laughter, music, and peace.
A blessing to have you all here.
This is the best!
Far beyond the earth, in the courts of heaven, angels stood before God, and among them came Satan, the accuser.
God spoke proudly of Job's faithfulness. But Satan challenged Job's loyalty, claiming that Job only served God because his life was blessed. God allowed Satan to test Job's faith, but he commanded that Job himself must not be harmed.
Back on earth, life seemed peaceful. Servants worked in the fields, animals grazed quietly, and Job's children gathered for another joyful feast.
Without warning, disaster struck. Raiders attacked Job's servants, stealing the oxen and donkeys, and leaving destruction behind. Before the first messenger could finish speaking, another arrived with terrible news. Fire had fallen from the sky and destroyed the sheep and shepherds.
Then a third servant came running.
Raiders! Enemy raiders had stolen the camels and killed more servants with their swords.
As Job struggled to process the disasters, a powerful wind swept across the desert toward the house where his children were gathered.
The final messenger delivered the most painful news of all. The house had collapsed, and all of Job's sons and daughters were dead beneath the ruins.
The words struck Job like thunder. His children were gone. In one terrible moment, everything he loved had been taken away. Broken with grief, Job fell to the ground in sorrow. But instead of cursing God, Job did something extraordinary. Through tears and heartbreak, he bowed in worship and declared, "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord."
In the courts of heaven, Satan appeared once more before God. He claimed that if Job's body suffered, his faith would finally break.
Soon, painful sores covered Job from head to toe. Day and night, agony filled his body. The strong and respected man had become weak and broken.
Alone outside the city, Job sat in ashes. With broken pottery in his hands, he scraped his wounds as silence and sorrow surrounded him.
Even Job's wife lost hope. Overwhelmed by grief and suffering,
But Job refused to turn against God. With quiet faith he answered, "Shall we accept good from God and not trouble?" Even in pain, Job still trusted the Lord. When Job's 3 friends heard about his suffering, they traveled across the desert to comfort him. But when they saw him, they could barely recognize the man he once was.
For 7 days and 7 nights, they sat beside Job in silence. No words could ease the depth of his pain.
But soon, the friends began to accuse Job. They believed suffering only came to the wicked, and they insisted Job must have committed a terrible sin.
Crushed by grief and confusion, Job cried out into the darkness. He questioned his suffering and wondered why God felt so far away.
Yet even in the middle of despair, a spark of faith still burned within him. Job lifted his eyes and declared,
"I know that my Redeemer lives."
Job longed for answers. He questioned heaven itself, asking why the righteous suffer while evil seems to prosper.
Then suddenly, a mighty whirlwind appeared. Thunder rolled across the wilderness as the voice of God spoke from the storm.
God asked Job powerful questions about the creation of the earth, the stars, the seas, and the mysteries of life. Job realized how small human understanding truly is.
Humbled before the greatness of God, Job bowed low in repentance and awe. At last, he understood that faith means trusting God even without answers. In time, God restored Job's life. His health returned, his family grew again, and peace filled his home. Through every storm, Job discovered the greatest lesson of all. True faith trusts God no matter what comes.